Welcome back to the Buzzworthy Consultant Podcast, where we chat with the leading thought leaders in the consulting industry. Today, I have the pleasure of talking with Heidi DeCoux, a serial entrepreneur known as the Optimizer, for helping tens of thousands of entrepreneurs optimize their businesses and lives. Over the last 24 years, she's built 4 businesses with 50% plus profit margins, successfully selling 3, including a 7-figure exit. Her expertise has been recognized in Forbes and other notable publications. She's also volunteers her time to her nonprofit, Financial Titans, which equips young people aged 15 to 19 with the entrepreneurial and money management skills to break the generational cycle of poverty in Puerto Rico. Let's see what makes Heidi so buzzworthy. Welcome to the show, Heidi. How are you doing today?
I'm great. Excited to be here.
That's awesome. And then where are you calling in from?
I'm currently in Puerto Rico.
Puerto Rico. I have a friend who just is moving there now. He was in, where was he in? I think he was in the Cayman Islands, if not the British Isles. Well, I can't remember now. Anyway, no worries. But yes, a few of my friends are talking about that. Now, are you an expat or are you from Puerto Rico?
No, I'm an expat living here. Yeah. And this is my last year in Puerto Rico. I've been here for almost going on 7 years right now.
Wow.
It's been an incredible chapter in my life. A lot has happened for me personally and professionally here. So Puerto Rico will have a special place in my heart forever, but I am in the process of relocating to Lisbon, Portugal.
Portugal. I'm going to go. This is so weird. I'm going to Portugal in like 2.5 weeks. That is hilarious. Love Portugal. Portugal is one of those golden passport place as well, right?
It is. Yeah.
Great for expats there. Awesome. So yeah, I should introduce you to my friend Nico, but that's not what we're here to talk about today. We're talking about your solopreneur advisory prowess. And before the show, we were talking about what is the biggest pain point solopreneurs are facing right now?
So I've been working with solopreneurs for over 20 years through 4 different businesses that I built, 3 of which that I have sold. And now my 5th company, also we're working with solopreneurs. I love them. I believe in them. They are the backbone of our economy. They're the fastest growing group. And the biggest challenge that they face by far is being bogged down by all of the back end, the minutia, the accounting, the bookkeeping, the taxes, the marketing administrative stuff that they have to do, the following up on invoices, like all of that back end is what's bogging them down, stressing them out, and holding them back from having the thriving practice that they could have. And the solution for that is to have AI-backed humans. I've gotten obsessed with AI. We can use it for the power of good, and I want to be part of shaping that future. So what I'm doing currently is building AI tool to automatically manage the back end of their business so that they can be doing what they should be doing, which is their creative work in the world, using their human genius to deliver value to clients and to have a lot of bandwidth and life force to pour into their clients and to have more than enough clients to serve and to serve them well and just have all that back end just automatically done for them. That is like the best use of tech and AI. We need humans to be in their creative zone doing things that only humans can do. And we need the technology and the AI to automate the rest.
I love that. Yes. Automation where, I was talking to one of my friends about AI the other day, and we were saying anything that you have to do twice the same way should be automated as an owner, right?
100%. Yeah.
And or delegated. Like there's some things that, some people are not ready for AI to take over everything in their lives, but we always say it's like either automated or delegated, one of the two. And I think that in solopreneurship, it is 1, a lonely place, and 2, can be very frustrating, like you're saying, in that they don't get enough time doing the thing they love to do. And one of the things, though, that I want to talk about is the marketing operations on the back end. Where do you think like the biggest time suck in marketing operations? So not the necessarily the writing and the creative or the strategy, because most are going to get that help professionally because we're not all marketers, right?
Mhm.
But there's that administrative side of that. Can you dive into like what some of that looks like and how can we use AI to automate that?
Yeah, absolutely. So this is multi-pronged issue essentially.
Mm,
And where it starts with is solopreneurs need to know their numbers, their key performance
mm,
indicators, their KPIs. And there's four main ones that solopreneurs need to know and understand. Then, based on those numbers, they then need to focus in a different way. So, the short answer to your question is what they're doing is throwing a whole bunch of spaghetti at the wall and very little of it is sticking. So they're doing a lot of output with
mm,
not really moving the needle. The
right.
way that you work less and earn more and attract higher quality clients and retain those clients is by understanding what's working in your business, what's not, what's actually going to move the needle for you, and then doubling down on those things. And it starts with your numbers.
Yes, yes, numbers is there. Shameless book plug. That's all my book is about. My first book, that the Rule of 26, and we in website marketing. There's three KPIs that we look at. But yes, overall, there's
Like
only a handful.
overall, four
Yeah,
buckets. And the
yeah.
software tool I'm building, Cashflowy AI, which handles all their accounting, bookkeeping,
Oh, that's
taxes.
awesome.
And we actually show them in a real-time dashboard. These are your four KPIs. Based on this, like if the numbers say this
Hmm.
is what that means.
Hmm.
And here's what to focus on and exactly what to do.
I
So
love it.
all of our users get free access to our cash flower society. And in the
Mm,
society, we give them playbooks and say,
mm,
if your numbers are telling you you don't have enough lead flow, go to
hmm.
Cash Society. Here's a step-by-step playbook on how to get more lead generation coming in. If
Love
your
it.
numbers are telling you your retention is not good, go and you're going to get a playbook on your customer journey, on
Love it.
all the things that
Yeah.
lead into customer retention. If your
Right.
numbers say this, go do this. So what we need to do is get them hyper focused on what they specifically need in their business at any one
Love it.
time, not
Mm-hmm.
doing a bunch of things and none of them well and being very spread out and not
Mm-hmm.
getting the results that they're looking for. We're going to do the opposite of that. We're going to
Right.
pull them out and say, we're going to automate as much as possible on the back end. And then
Mm-hmm.
the things that you do need to do, we're going to show you through your numbers exactly what you should focus on and then the
Mm-hmm.
specific steps you need to take to get results
Mm.
in that area.
Right. So we have lead retention, or I'm sorry, lead generation. You said retention. Are those two of the
Yeah.
four?
Yeah. And then the
And then what
third
are the
thing,
other two?
like, what is the profit margin that you're making
Ooh,
in there?
nice.
Because here's what we find out is there's a lot of things that solopreneurs can do to increase their profit margin.
Mm-hmm.
And so for example, your customer journey should be very automated, dialed in.
Mm-hmm.
And then the way that you from when somebody goes from a lead in your business to a
Mm-hmm.
paying customer to delivering the service to either an offboarding or a retention, ask for a
Mm-hmm.
referral, like whatever that looks like, depending on what service that you're offering,
Mm-hmm.
all of that needs to be laid out in such a way that it's highly automated, highly effective. It's a very
Mm-hmm.
good feeling experience for this customer so that every time you're onboarding somebody, you're not like, oh, I got to do this. Oh, I got to send them this. Oh, they forgot that. And this.
Mm-hmm.
So you need to, so that you can take more customers. Also
Mm-hmm.
looking at all the other back end minutia in your business. So we
Right.
have them calculate their like hourly rate and what they want their hourly rate to be because here's the thing in a business, you're spending a lot of hours not doing billable work. And that's
Mm-hmm.
pulling down
Mm-hmm.
what how much you're actually making per hour. And we want to flip that and we want to pull up how much you're making per hour by having you work with more of the right clients
Mm-hmm.
through as many automated processes as possible, retain
Mm-hmm.
as many clients as possible, and get referrals and things. You're not having to do a lot of really hardcore marketing efforts. And then
Mm-hmm.
automate that whole back end of your business so that you're spending less time on the minutia and stuff and more of your time in revenue generating activities like actual client work.
Love it. I love that. Yes. And it's now when we talk about automation, we've got AI. AI can do a lot of automation and it can be scary. So it's great that we have people like you who are putting together AI tools that are just working. You're not trying to teach people AI, because there's a lot of people who are just like, I don't want to know what a prompt is. I just want it to do a thing.
You
Right.
can onboard in our system in 15 minutes. It's a 15-minute onboarding, and then you're done and it's all auto-magically working for you. And if you have a question, you just meet with an accountant. They answer all of your questions and do any customizations and all of that. Yeah.
Oh, I love that. That's awesome. And so some people would consider, a VA, and people are like, when you were talking about what are you doing, $20 an hour tasks as an owner, right? And I always tell people, like, a lot of people like to do their own marketing, right? Or they don't think they can afford it. And then we show them, like, you're actually losing money by trying to do it yourself. One, you don't have the expertise. And number two, you're doing a job that could cost you, which is less than what you would pay for yourself, if you were billing, right? So if you're billing out at $250, $300 an hour, and a lot of consultants and solopreneurs in the service-based businesses are doing, and they're doing their own social media. And it's like, your social media can be given to somebody else that's making $20 an hour. Right. So you're losing whatever between 20 and what you would bill for. That's how much money you're losing every hour you spend on your own social media.
And you're probably doing a worse job because you're not an expert in that arena. So included in Cashflowy, we actually give our users access to a overseas hiring system that my friend Annie and I built a couple of years ago, that we sell for $500, but they get it for free. So it's literally less than the cost of our, the cost of our software is less than that, just one free bonus, where we show them, because a lot of this stuff, because of the US dollar and how it translates overseas, you can actually go to great countries like Philippines, English speakers, hard workers, where you're paying a really great wage. Like for them, that's the equivalent of say $20, $30, $40 an hour, but it's costing you in US dollars $5, $10, $15 an hour. So you're able to get somebody that's highly affordable to supplement your virtual assistant. Because I do believe in that. Of course, you want to automate as much as you can through tech and AI and just systems and all of that. But there is still going to be some things that need to get done, especially on the marketing front. Somebody has to follow these SOPs. We can't yet automate all of it with an AI agent. The world's getting better and we're, getting closer. But even if you have, like, say, AI agents working for you, somebody has to manage them, monitor them, make sure they're doing their job, all of that. And so an overseas person is a great place to start, because for $5, $10, $15 per hour, you can get really high quality work from somebody, and then you're providing a really great job to our brothers and sisters on the other side of the planet that are reliant on work from this side of the planet. And we can use just the dollar situation where they're affordable for you and they provide a quality lifestyle for them. And you can get the support that you need. And if you're just getting started, let's say in your solopreneur in your business, and you're only maybe billing out at $50 or $75 an hour, plus you have all these startup costs, because it can get very expensive to hire somebody. So if you could get someone at $5, $6, $7, $8 an hour, think about, like, you could have a full-time person or two part-time people that have different specialties and get a lot of support for just a small amount of money per month. And that can help you grow your business faster and get your hourly rate from 50 or 100 to that 150, that 250, because they're helping you get yourself set up where you can actually charge those rates.
Yeah. And I mean, we're talking like bandwidth too. A lot of people are just like, well, I mean, I can keep an eye on it. Yeah. But you keeping an eye on it and only taking a couple, you thinking it's only going to take you a couple of minutes, is actually, it's robbing you of the amount of energy you have in a day.
Right.
You only have so much bandwidth.
Exactly. It's the bandwidth. And often as a service provider, you're not your best doing minutia work. There's people that love doing the little detailed work. They're
Mhm.
really
Mhm.
good administrators. They're not meant to do whatever service you offer. They're meant to be in a supporting role. So here's an example in my own life. I needed to get this specific email out to our investors, and I sent them each individually from my email account. This is not like a bulk email
Mhm.
situation. And my assistant was out sick. I didn't want to wait for her to come back. So I was like, I'll just sit down Saturday night and like do these. I literally like made two really dumb errors because I am not an administrator. I'm not meant to do this kind of work. I can do like something complicated, which that's what one of my friends said. She's like, earlier today, you just did this like very complicated like thing. And then
Right.
tonight you can't even send like a proper email to your investors. I'm like, I know, like, because I'm just like, our brains work in different ways and we're
Oh, yeah.
all meant to serve in different ways. And so you
Sure.
can get an assistant that is so good at the details. They're just the box checker. They're going to make sure
Mhm.
everything is perfect and the name is right and everybody gets the right thing and da 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 da. And you're maybe not meant to do that. You're maybe meant to be more of a creative and work in
Mhm.
a different capacity. And so get
Mhm.
that support.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and I mean, if you have read the book Traction, you hear about people who are implementers versus visionaries and that kind of thing. And even for our implementer folks who do like the back end stuff, you're still talking about the level of work. Don't pay yourself $100 an hour to be doing 20 hour an hour work. And so we've talked about a lot of things, and we've said an overarching like try to automate as much as possible. But we have to start with one thing. And so if you had to pick that one thing that people should start, where they should actually start their journey of automation, where do you think that would be?
I mean, not just to plug myself, but your accounting, bookkeeping, taxes, start there. That's a big bog down. And
Hmm.
then they don't know their numbers. They're sending, manually doing follow-ups on invoices. They've got outstanding invoices clients haven't paid that they just kind of like lost track of and
Hmm.
forgot to follow up on. And that's the thing first. And so, Cashflowy AI, you can check it out. We're in beta right now. We're actually not to market. We don't go to market till the end of June, but you can jump on the wait list. We do have a whole bunch of paid beta users at the moment as we kind of refine and get ready for our actual, go to market and have the software more dialed in. So you can check out that. But and that's why I started this company is I knew with solopreneurs, it was their number one pain point. If
Mm.
all of their accounting, bookkeeping, and taxes and invoicing follow up was automatically handled for them. And
Hmm.
they always knew their numbers and they knew exactly what to do based on what the numbers were telling them.
Hmm.
That would solve 75% of their problems.